The hero has its kind of small place within the meta. The only issue I find is it takes a little bit of time to come online, and that's where Gambit aren't going to be too punished from picking it here, because obviously Empire also have the anti-mage. So right now both lineups kind of have these early to mid game fights, which will be like the 4v4s. Naga will be able to join the fights a little bit earlier, because obviously with the song disengage, and whilst anti-mage doesn't provide as much earlier on. But again, with Nagas, the games that I've seen, often the other team are pushing their high ground by the time Naga's, like, for example, got like Diffusal or Mantos, like her earlier items, and she takes a little bit too long. And hopefully they've got a plan to work with it, because again, it's potentially it could still be a support, right? And that just means you can have a really good high tempo dual support running around the map, killing everything with ensnare, lift, or even ensnare
Mega
stop.
support? No, I don't think that's viable anymore, personally.
Yeah,
I think due to the changes from
potentially. No, I just meant it could potentially be, because I haven't seen it in any pro game so far. So
okay,
Gambit might just have some wild thoughts about it. For sure, it should be a core, 100%, right? But Gambit might have some other plan. There we go. It's a core. We're fine.
All right. And Naga with Tusk isn't a combo I've actually seen so far, but that does sound dirty. Like the tag team with the illusions. Oh god.
It just the tag team only works on Tusk and his own illusions and minions. I say minions. Spawn creeps, I guess, like necrobooks and stuff.
Oh, so it worked for
Dominators.
Naga, not her illusions?
It will not, no. So it'll only work for Naga's main hero. When it first came out, it worked for everything for your team. So, for example, Broodmother with Spiderlings.
I remember the Brood.
Yeah. So that's changed now. So it'll only be Tusk and then whatever he brings to the table. And Lone Druid, nice pick. Yeah, so again, it's the same style of draft where you've got the anti-mage that wants to play by himself, and then Empire picking this kind of... So far, they've got 3 heroes that can all just clump together and go down lanes. You've got the Fear of RP, you've got just the Voodoo healing up the Lone Druid, the push ability of Lone Druid. I'd like to see like another hero closing out the Empire draft that can actually assist in this kind of 4-man kind of run at you tower, whilst anti-mid just enjoys all the space in the map.
Now, I do have some sad news about today's stream, and obviously we can see the stream before you guys can, and before we went live there was DJ Wild. If we all remember him from yesterday, he was on, and unfortunately, he is not looking very wild today. He's toned it down. He's lost the bandana, he's lost the sleeveless shirt, he's just in a regular t-shirt now. He's looking pretty tame today, I'm afraid. It's not what we expected, but I don't think you can be that wild every day. You know, there's a kind of thing about living your life fast and loose, which you got to keep it on the ground sometimes.
We'll find out later, though.
I reckon on the last day he's gonna come back and he's gonna be like,
I hope so.
Full wild. He's gonna be like shirtless with DJ Wild like carved into his chest with a knife.
I think Empire still needs an offlaner. I think this Magnus most likely will be pos 4. And then it'll be Lone Druid mid, anti-mage carry, obviously. So I think is that a Grimstreet? Yeah, Grimstreet ban. Okay, so they think the Magnus is offlane. That's fine. I just think with this lineup, they might be wanting another, like, a big frontliner for like the push style. Because with the mag being core, they don't have like a really cohesive ability to just push.
10 seconds.
Like they can, but it's not as like a safe push. Like before, they like other lineups had like Lone Druid, Venge, those kind of just natural push strats, right, to help the anti-mage farm up.
Yeah, it's all about the space. But one of the weird things we've seen basically is teams, their carry will be like, you know, this anti-mage or something. They'll get the Battle Fury. They'll usually go for like a Manta, and then that's it. That's all they need. Then they run into these fights, and it's been such high tempo. With these carries, they'll pick like the hardcores, and then they'll only get 2 items when they come to the fights, which seems a little bit weird, but that's kind of the pattern we've been seeing in these CIS games.
For sure. Oh, the Tiny, yeah, the Tiny can still, the Tiny almost likely be the pos 4 here, and I guess it kind of wraps up
10 seconds
that kind of draft, right? Because it wraps up the draft with 5 heroes. Yeah, it gives them a bit of catch, and I guess the Lone Druid himself will be able to frontline with his bear, so they didn't really need that kind of big offlane that I was talking about. So yeah, this should be good. I think they've got a nice, well-rounded draft.
Mirana,
though.
Okay, Mirana. This is an interesting pick to round things off. How does this... I mean, it doesn't feel like a fantastic Mirana game, right? a bit of setup for the arrow. They've got a decent amount of shutdown, but I don't know. It feels like a weird pick. What's the point in this Mirana? What's she doing there?
Well, it's an okay pick because normally, like, Miranas are okay for their ability to just lane and just have a presence. And the fact that all the heroes in this game have a natural stun, Mirana can also combo with them, right? So it's not like you just picked a Mirana with a no CC lineup. You've now got a lot of setup. You're going to be able to hit the arrows, which is obviously the big stun. And
Yeah.
I think it's just a bit of a mobile hero. Again, we've lost the draft. My memory has already faded.
I think if the Tiny gets on top of ES.bet, of course, the odds coming up on the bottom of the screen if you do want to place yourself a bet. They do have an insurance policy going for the entirety of this tournament. Head over to the ES.bet website. Details in the description below the stream for that. But yeah, I feel like this is the kind of game where Mirana's just going to get blown up pretty damn quick by that Tiny. You know, there's a lot just to jump on top of her and ruin her life, basically. So we'll see how she gets on with that. Are you ready to dub over their casters? This is where we prepare for this one. Do your stretches, your vocal warm-ups.
Is he still... Oh, no.
Oh, wait, here we go.
I'm ready.
Hello, this is me, who's talking on this little couch over here where we have been the entire time, and we've just been talking over the other guys. My name is obviously Casper.
I'm for liver. I don't know, whoops, that was an accidental accent there. I think Empire's going to win. I love Lone Druid picks. Oh,
alright, we're in the game. Perfect, that's over now. Don't have to
Never again, please.
Never again. So yeah, we have an old mixture of old heroes. I mean, look at this. This is every CS team. Gambit, Espada, and T-Spirit tags running up all under the flag of Gambit. So they come forwards, place down this Observer Ward. Kuman hanging out. We've seen good stuff from Kuman so far on the side of Team Empire.
Yeah. Pretty solid player. His last anti-mage performance.
It was an anti-mage last time as well, where he was like roaming around the map and then still was able to come out on top in the end of the game.
For sure.
It
was one of those like perfect matchups for him. Like a lane that has no lockdown, and he's just like, oh, I can just solo this. It's great. So hopefully we see the same performance from him this game.
I played some Juggernaut after the games we watched yesterday.
Nice.
Decided to, I remember when we saw a couple of Juggernaut games where they did pretty well. So yeah. Life was good. Yeah. It's good being a cast sometimes. You can watch these games and go, okay, I'm just gonna go and play a game exactly like that and try and mirror the pros.
I'm now a pro.
I'm definitely professional, yeah. Looks like the runes are gonna be. I mean, Kuman's thinking about it here. He's gonna go for it, but there is gonna be a stomp on the. No, there's not gonna be a stomp on the Centaur. And did someone else come and rob the Radiant rune? No, Anti-Mage didn't get it. Yeah, Anti-Mage didn't get it.
2 for 2.
2 for 2. Okay. And there's a promo code jumping up on your screen right now. If you don't know what that's about, then you can go and get yourself an Arcana over at the WePlay website if you are quick enough. I don't know if it's based on time or if you just entered into a raffle. I really have no idea, but go and enter that code on the website for your chance to win an Arcana. And yeah, it'd be pretty neat.
It was 3 for 1 though. 3 for 1, sorry. On the bounty runes. Empire 3 for 1 up. They already got the early lead.
Oh, right.
Making sure we don't miss the crucial important stuff.
Absolutely. FNG takes a ton of harass. He comes in with the tag team, but gets absolutely shut down. Meanwhile, it's actually Dahak in the middle lane on this Naga Siren versus a Lone Druid. I have no idea how this matchup's going to go. This is not something we've seen very often. Yeah,
again, I haven't really seen much of, or if any, Naga in like competitive games myself. So it'd be interesting to see how he plays it. Again, because of the Radiant camp next to him, once he does get those levels up, he can just send his illusions in, farm up the camp, come back to lane. So there is potential that this Naga can get quite a lot of early farm. So I'd like to see how that works out.
Poor the hack stirs, uses the mirror image, and then immediately gets feared away from the creep she wanted. And Kodos is really doing pretty well on the CS so far. In this middle lane, currently sitting on 4 and 3 versus the 2 and 3, but feels a lot more dominant from him. Meanwhile, up at top, Immersion versus Kuman and Black Archangel on the AM and the Witch Doctor.
Yeah, the way the Witch Doctor's playing this lane, it's like, I'm playing with an anti-mage, I've got no aggression, I don't need to be getting Maledict or stun. I'm just going to level my heal level 1, I'm going to keep my anti-mage healthy. So that once
being used, Madden in trouble as they jump forwards and will find that kill. Meanwhile, Velo trying to kill the Mirana as well, but will not find him as Tiny backs himself out. Yeah, the Empowered Tiny does a lot of damage, but FNG and AFO with the tag team, they do more.
I got so carried away listening to a Witch Doctor use heal. It's great. I loved it.
Well, currently the Mirana Sitting up at 9-2 versus the Magnus 8-0, so things pretty even as it stands, but Magnus obviously with that Empower does help him with the old CSing quite a lot. Meanwhile, FNG is going to go and grab this haste rune. I don't think either of these mid laners are interested in runes, to be honest, so there's a free-for-all for the supports. And Dahak still, you know, 6-6 right now compared to the Lone Druids 10-4. It's not great for Dahak, but it's not horrible.
I think right now it's the important thing is like we've seen the way that Empire plays this draft before. Lone Druid will get to around about 10-15 minutes, and then they just have this kind of like run at you mentality where the anti-mage just farms up the rest of the map. He'll join a couple fights and like he just isn't punished. And right now the anti-mage has really good CS. Like he's got 15 CS in this dual lane. The Witch Doctor is helping him out. And it's like, at what point are you going to apply your pressure on Radiant that stops the anti-mage and potentially can counter the future threat of the Lone Druid? It's like, it's very passive now, and I'm a bit skeptical on if being passive is the right way for Gambit to take this game.
Yeah. We'll see how they decide to go through. I mean, I would like to see some aggression from them, but at the same time, you've got a Naga Siren. You know, that hero, as you said, is slow. Her biggest weakness is probably that she takes a while to come online, so...
And that's why you play in the side lanes. You've got the Tusk. Tusk is a natural hero that you want to be going for the first bloods on, you know, really being in your face with the tag team. And I think Gambit needs to play in the side lanes. Let the Naga play by herself. You don't want to force any heroes into the Naga lane, right? Because then she's not going to be able to farm. Like, you don't mind trading farm on Naga and Lone Druid if your game plan is Naga to be this big force in the mid lane game. It's just making sure that the anti-mage isn't running away with the game with an early Battle Fury, and then having these two heroes that you have to deal with.
For sure, for sure. Twice the problem, and yeah. Well, but this Tiny is going to be cleaving like no man's business, right? With the Empower and
it's filthy. Well. Yeah, look at that. His little two little balls on his little tree. Look at them. Sorry.
Is he going to do more damage to those around him than he is to the unit he's attacking when Empower's max level?
Sure. Yeah. Why not? Math.
I don't know what percentages are on those spells, but I think he probably will be. Meanwhile, quick, clean kill on the top lane as Gambit gang up onto Black Archangel there and take down the Witch Doctor. Kuman coming in. No fear at all on this guy as he just runs forwards and gets some right clicks off. Got no creeps to hit, so may as well find some heroes instead. But they are taking his stack, which he's not too happy about, but there's nothing he can do about it anyway. Meanwhile, Dahak in the mid lane, currently 20-8 versus the Lone Druids 21-6, so really doing pretty damn well. Meanwhile, Madden just keeping them away, wants to get this bounty rune for himself, and will be able to collect it. Meanwhile, Afo and Jade leaps past and goes for the other one, so it is going to be, well, there's a bottle going in there, but it's 2 for 2 on the runes, but Velo's actually getting loaded. FNG is going to be the one to die to the toss, so Afo needs to be careful as well. Dragged back by that shockwave. Yeah, playing around with the leaps here. Not really in any trouble, to be honest. And will just jump himself to safety there.
Yeah, with the Empower thing, I don't know, the tree will get like around 60%, and then Magnus obviously its own. I don't know if it stacks or if it diminishes. I believe it should just stack, right? So
yeah.
Let's just say he's gonna do insane damage.
Needs to pop that mirror image under tower there, as Kodos is getting aggressive right now. If he finds another route, he could be in trouble on Dahak here, but nope. Kodos will cancel the Bear's charge forwards and call it a quits in the middle lane. We'll have to resummon that bear as well. See his illusions just chasing him down, being super annoying.
Yeah, it's this Tusk has been really passive in the game so far. Oh, as I say that.
Into Kodos here. FNG coming in, has that tag team being used as well as Rubik comes and gets feared away by the bear. Now Kodos does get lifted, thrown back. In comes Bella with the avalanche. Immersion's the one who's going to go down first. The tree does find him. Meanwhile, FNG, he's got to be careful. He doesn't have all the health in the world as Madden comes in as well. There's a shockwave just about lands onto FNG. Snowball used, but now tossed up, held in place. And FNG is going to die as well as Gambit lose 2 in this middle lane. Dahak will be okay, but at the same time, you know, this is their rotation, which went horribly wrong for them. And is it over? Dahak tossed back the long toss onto Dahak here. Shockwave being used as well. Immersion is back, however, looking to come into this fight and try and help out Dahak. Now comes the Snowball. They know they need to keep this Naga alive as a net is used to keep the bear still. Don't want to risk a root. Meanwhile, in comes a Witch Doctor. Everybody coming into this middle lane, piling in as that Fade Bolt going to do a lot of work. Velo coming forwards. The Naga illusions will die, but nobody from Gambit is going to die again here. But Empire being very aggressive with their rotations. reacting perfectly to what Empire is putting out.
Yeah, it's just one of those rotations where it's like a little bit too late to make that type of rotation onto the Druid, where he's already got level 6, he's going to be able to root you, he's obviously got the points in fear. It's like, it's a bit too hard to be able to safely get that kill, because these teams are going to be TP rotating. You just can't assume that they're just going to let the lone Druid like 1v3 there, so.
Yeah, yeah.
And again, the anti-mage in this in time, like the last games, just farming up. He's enjoying the fact that he's a 1v1 lane.
Yeah, Immersion will come in now, but she just lifts himself up. There's a quick little counter spell there from Kuman. Well, quiet will be resumed up in this top lane, which, as you say, does favor this anti-mage. I mean, it may be the Centaur ahead in CS, but that doesn't really matter, especially now the creep wave's under his tower. Because what a Centaur does with some creeps and what an anti-mage does with some creeps, very different stories indeed. We'll find
the Centaur's gone for the Vanguard double bracer as well, so it's not like he's going to try and pick up an early blink and try and dictate some of the tempo in the early game. He is just accepting he's going to be trading farm and he's going to be a bit more of a tank, I guess. Maybe go for the early Crimson to negate the early push that the Empire want to do with the Druid.
Yeah, that could seem like a pretty good call. Always nice to have that early Crimson out as well.
Yeah, again, it's a defensive item, so it's as if they are wanting to just hold the game off as long as possible, get through the early push of Empire.
Rotating heroes in, all that shard's pretty off the mark though. Gonna mean that Velor is fine for now. Immersion's still hiding himself.
That's a juicy stack.
In with the toss as well. This could be a Tusk just dying very quickly there. Not good. Arrow not gonna land. They think they wanted to do something there with a lift or something, but didn't really work out in the end. So, man, just gonna bully him off the lane here as Immersion sits nearby.
The warding as well from Radiant. It's
a little bit of a missed avalanche there.
Yeah, I saw the avalanche. What's gonna happen now? No, yeah, Dire's vision as well. It's just one ward for the AM to see entry into jungle, and that's literally it. So at some point coming up, you're gonna get quite a lot of vision coming out from Dire, which, because if you only have like the early ward, right, you can stockpile some wards, then you're gonna have like 3-4 wards on the map, and it's like, okay, right, it's now lit up like a Christmas tree. Reference because it was just Christmas. Big.
Beautiful.
Thanks, mate.
My question is, who's actually made that stack? Was it Gambit who made the stack, or do you think it was the Tiny and the Mag? Because it would make way more sense if the Tiny and the Mag had made that, because they're the ones who could actually take it.
Yeah, it's one of those, you probably make the stack just so that
they're jumping forwards, they're trying to find Kuman here, but Kuman, he's actually counterspelled the snowball. And what?
That was big.
Wasn't he supposed to snowball into... How do you blink out of that?
Weird interactions, mate.
Do you know?
I'm just gonna say weird.
Immersion. Gonna get ruined down here. Okay,
my thought is you can still target. So, like, when you're in Snowball, right, and you use Snowball, you can blink out of Snowball, right, on a Tusk. So it's the same thing with an anti-mage. Well, once you're rolling, right, so it's like once you've connected with the Snowball, you can then blink out straight away. That's what I meant, sorry. Not like
in but he didn't connect with the Snowball.
Animations are really buggy with that stuff, so I'm gonna say that it might have hit him, but it didn't. I don't know.
It didn't look like it, buddy. It didn't look like it.
I know, man. Oh, well. Either way,
a thing happened. Anti-Mage lives. Kuman clearly knew the interaction, or he wouldn't have done it. And
I think he was just spamming it. It's one of those things where you're in a Snowball, right? And when you're a Tusk, you spam your blink. He's an anti-mage spamming his blink, and yeah, he got out. What a guy. Well played, mate. Keep it up. Again, the vision from Radiant right now is just protect our Naga. Do not let anyone gank our Naga. We just want him to sit in the mid lane, farm that up, farm the side jungle camps, and just not die. If this guy dies and his farm's staggered, we will most likely lose this game to the empowered anti-mage and the lone druid push.
It does sound horrendous.
It does. It really is.
Gambit, though, getting their push on, and this top tower is going down quickly with the catapult wave. Snowball in as well, but they're not going to make contact with the Magnus. He'll be able to keep himself away.
I'm going to make a prediction. Pause. Oh, what a prediction.
What?
The game gets paused.
Did you do that? Incredible.
Magic, mate, yeah.
Magic. Well, apparently this is a good time to read out about our sponsors. Yeah, stop there. A little banner there. Can you translate for us, T?
Yeah, so you go on ES Bet, and it's really good. Exclamation mark.
Oh, okay.
Something
Thanks.
about something heroes. Yeah, there you go, mate.
Ooh,
Got you. No
easy.
worries. We're
What
British, mate.
what a
We only know
beautiful
one language.
Christmas
Sorry.
terrain with some jingle bells helping out as well to really set the scene for this lovely winter duel. So yeah, they take the top lane tower. Gonna be pretty happy with that one on the side of Gambit. As you said, they do need to get their push on, get some towers going. Meanwhile, mid lane, they're circling round on Dahak here. Does Dahak know? He's going for that double damage rune. Empire not going to find something with this particular rotation.
It's the benefit of the ward. You can get like Radiant right now. They've got the deep one into the jungle to see where the anti-mage is farming. You've got the two sides for the Naga. It's like it's going to be quite hard to get onto the Naga. And now if he plays in the top side, if the Naga moves into the bottom side of the jungle, that's where the dire vision is, and the likelihood of a gank occurring is going to be much greater.
Yeah.
Dire's middle tower
So it's where they want to play.
attack.
Smoke out from the Tusk as well in his inventory, so no surprises there to see Gambit looking to keep this up. And I mean, I love the combination of the two ultimates of Moonlight Shadow and Stampede, but my only problem is that in the past we've seen teams really struggle when it comes to these long cooldown ultimates. So they've been the downfall of many teams in this tournament so far, because
For sure.
the tempo just seems to be so quick in the way these guys are playing it. So we'll see if that comes back to bite them or not.
But luckily, these cooldowns aren't like the most detrimental to the team fight, where Moonlight Shadow is like a good initiation or like a valuable escape. Also top lane.
Yep, Black Ox Angel and FNG fighting it up. Unfortunately, this Witch Doctor looking in a whole world of hurt right now as they do connect with that. Yeah, he's dead. He's very much dead.
He's out of here.
Rubik even stole Voodoo Restoration. Probably not the best Delta steal in the world, but there you go. Something.
But yeah, like as I was saying, like the Moonlight Shadow and the Stampede, like they're crucial, like disengage or engage, but it's not crucial for the core fight, right? Like once the fight breaks out, you don't have to have Moonlight Shadow to win the fight. You don't have to have Stampede to win the fight. They're just helpful mechanisms to, you know, go either way. So unlike like Ravages and Black Holes and Chronos.
Yeah.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Especially when you have three massive ultimates for disengage. Is Song, Stampede, and also Moonlight Shadow.
Dire's middle tower.
Yeah, that's true. It's a lot of teamfight control, not so much the big teamfight damage or like the big teamfight kind of initiation, but in terms of like taking fights on their own terms, it's going to be very difficult for Empire to actually find the openings they want, because as you say, you know, you just run away from you, and if that doesn't work, then they can go invisible, and if that doesn't work, then they can just sing. Magnus,
yeah, so basically
sitting down
they can
here,
just
they're
choose to
smoked
fight
up,
with
in
him.
they go with the lift, throwing him towards the arrow. Does land pretty nicely there. Stomp as well. Madden can't do a damn thing as Gambit take down the Magnus. And very clean, precise gank there from them, looking up under that Observer Ward. And there was a dire Observer Ward right there. That's why the Magnus felt safe being that deep in. But Kodos is coming forwards here. They've just about caught the Mirana ulti, and they're going to block him up with the Bear as well. Meanwhile, sentry placed, coconut being thrown, Death Ward as well onto Immersion here, and Immersion actually fears him back into it. Does get cancelled by the Wish Shot, but doesn't matter, they find the kill all the same. Would have been a really cute kill just to send him back through the Death Ward, but unfortunately the Witch Doctor didn't cancel it. Not that it mattered anyway.
Come on, Kodos is a core player, he's going to be stealing all those kills. These supports doing the hard graft for the kill, and this core player comes in at the end. Selfish.
Meanwhile, Kuman farming away. Top of net worth always has to be the fear. And Madden respawning, following him, and just giving that empower time and time again.
It's really important to note the Anti-Mage has actually gone for Treads, double Wraith Band, one Quelling into straight Manta, just because he has the empower from the Magnus. He's then going back for the Battle Fury. So now he's got this like save mechanism from the Ensnare from the Naga here, right? And now he can move on to the farming item. So it's like, I don't need to rush a Battle Fury and then be this weak hero. I can go straight for a defensive item that also lets me farm and be that extra one little wave of farm. So yeah, I think, yeah. I really like this fighting build from Kuman.
It's good stuff. Also, an answer to our question earlier. Arrow does land onto the bear, but they are going to be happy to take down this Spirit Bear. It's punch is used, everything being used. Fear comes out. And there is, I don't think... Did it die to creeps, or did they resummon?
Resummon.
Perfectly
fine. Not gonna lie, I just kind of 50-50'd that one. I was looking on the minimap.
Okay. 5-star analysis.
Thanks, mate.
In answer to our question earlier, which now seems obvious to me, if you can use spells on Snowball. So whilst you can't Blink Dagger out of a Snowball, you can use any spell inside Snowball. So Blink is, of course, a spell. Easy peasy. Put 1 and 2 together. Thanks, chat. Helping out.
True. Cool. Thanks, guys. And I wish I had a little lobby to test it. Oh, that'd be insane, actually. If I could test everything before I say it, that'd be so handy.
I mean, we're watching through a stream, so you definitely can do that.
Dire's middle tower
Yeah, I know,
is
but...
under
You mean you wish you weren't lazy enough to do that? Black Archangel is actually popping this smoke, coming in from behind. This guy really, really wants to find a fight here. Meanwhile, they jump forwards onto Kodos here. They've got the Lone Druid locked down. Mirana jumping in, trying to do that damage. They will be able to take him down, but the backlines, Merchant could be in trouble. Kuman trying to chase him. Blinking forwards, going onto this Rubik now. Oh, the Centaur's going to be seen in the trees instead. Meanwhile, FNG taken out. Immersion is dead as well. Song being used as the hack. Just needs to get himself away. They've lost 2. They've taken a core. They'll be happy with this fight as it stands. They just sing and they disengage. A nice fight from Gambit, I would say, as they take down the Druid, and well, it's a 2-for-2 trade, but slightly favorable for them.
But they've just used Song to disengage there, and now they've still got RP on the Magnus, so they can just reset, go again with the Lone Druid, and they shouldn't feel scared on the next push at all.
Tower is under attack.
Velor in the trees here behind Afon and Jay. Meanwhile, they jump in. RP onto 2 with Velor here as well. He's got the avalanche. He's got the toss. He's got the damage. They take down 1. They take down 2. And FNG assassinated in their own base. And now Immersion going to get jumped up by Kuman as well. Oh, dear. Gambit, they just gave away a lot for seemingly no reason.
Yeah, they're just not scared. They lost a Lone Druid and a support for 1 big spell. Reese going again. It's like, hey guys, we still got RP, what up? Yeah, they're dead. It's great. Kuman as well, very close to his Battle Fury. Like 19-20 minute man-to-hand Battle Fury. Especially when you don't go for the Battle Fury first, it's really good.
Impressive stuff. I mean, we're used to being impressed by Kuman's anti-mage. Never mind with the Magnus in the game as well.
Yeah, I feel like the Magnus is a little bit cheating. Like, it's a bit unfair.
Do you reckon we're going to see some new GPM records with the way that denies work and with the way empowers become super popular and I guess better than before now?
I'd like to say yes, but then the games aren't going long enough where you can draw out into that kind of big farm period. So it's hard to reach those high GPMs where you've just got your anti-mages farm up all the camps. Because now it's like, if you're farming up all the camps, you're not just ending the game, and it's just you letting the other team in. So potentially yes, but no. The game meta dictates otherwise.
Oh dear, FNG and Immersion. They just walking around the map, dying seemingly wherever they go. And there's actually a bottle on the floor as well. Huh? I don't know whose bottle that was.
Just spare bottle, mate. It's new thing.
Did they steal it, or was it even someone?
It's the white snow on the ground, man. I can't see bottles. Blind.
No, it's just the Magnus's bottle, I think.
Oh, that's nice. Keep it around.
Fair enough.
The value of the late game bottle is really important as well.
It is mine.
Just being able to decide when you want to use your DDs and stuff. Very handy.
Yeah, it's really nice late game, and Madden does now have a haste rune bottled up, and considering he doesn't have the blink yet, that's going to be very nice for helping him get off an RP. And yeah, Empire, no signs of slowing down right now.
Hey, just gone for the early Vlads again. Vlad's one of those really crucial items, especially with like Aquila and those kind of items being removed. It's like every team needs 1 Vlad's on somewhere. Get it on you, run down lanes, don't really care about your initiation, just be a cohesive tanky unit and then you're fine.
Cohesive tanky unit.
Yep.
That was my nickname in high school.
Nice.
Oh, they jump forwards onto the Mirana, no chance of survival. Oh, actually, this managed to blink away. Never mind, the stun comes in just about in time. Afro needs to be careful once again, jumping out of the RP. Madden jumps in, only lands it onto 1 though. This could actually be a good fight from Gambit. They will throw down that song to help Immersion get out. Yep. Just looking to get away, but Kuman, he's holding back on that blink forwards. Now we'll use it immediately, jumping onto Immersion here. He's not even going to escape. They've committed so much to keeping that Rubik alive, and in the end, it didn't make a difference.
Yeah, it was probably one of the sloppiest fights Empire's taken so far. Like, just RPing the Centaur, or comboing on the Mirana. Obviously, Mirana going out on very low HP. But again, the really big disengaged spells of Gambit are now all on cooldown. So Empire can just run up into the high ground.
Yeah, this is very telling as well. I mean, reverse polarity, probably the biggest spell in the game, being used for that fight. And Empire aren't scared.
No, not at all.
There's no Stampede, there's no Moonlight Shadow, there's no Song.
So
Centaur's trying to get something done here, but yeah.
Do you snowball in on
Human,
task?
look at this guy, he's just coming straight the way forwards here. Gonna use that,
he's got blink up in one, he's gonna blink out. Whee! Oh,
no, doesn't
Oh,
care.
he's got
Now
the
jumping
Aegis
forwards,
away,
Immersion
Get him
jumping
all.
really low here, but will be able to get himself away on very low HP. FNG not quite so lucky as he is hunted down. Caught in that avalanche, and Empire just walking all over Gambit's base right now. This is getting risky for them.
It's getting a bit out of hand. You can see the way that Empire plays. We'll run at you, we don't care about the outcome of the fight. We're going to like bait you in with a support or a core. They might die. 40 seconds later, all your stuff's on cooldown. We're going to turn up to your front door again and knock it down. It's great.
Yep.
And they're slowly closing out the map as well. You can see Dire prioritizing dewarding around the Roshan as well. So obviously they already have the Aegis, but still.
Middle tower.
Keep map control.
Not looking too pretty. Empire, no signs of slowing down. They have the tempo. They're going to keep it. And this is what we saw from them yesterday, and it's what we're seeing again from them today. Keeping up the aggression.
Yeah, they have to be careful now. With the spells coming back up from Gambit, they're going to want to look for a fight. Potentially like smoke up or something. And this will be the crucial moment in the game, I think.
Radiant's top shrine is under attack.
Oh, they're all clumped. I believe they're smoked. Go have a look, Mr. Cameraman. Please, Mr. Cameraman, move the camera to the Radiant team.
Okay, it's okay. We're watching Kodos kill creeps.
That's pretty
cool.
nice.
The fancy bears. Oh, there's actually now a fight going on at bottom. As they jump onto the green arrow, which is anti-mage, but of course it's an anti-mage. Anti-mage trying to chase down the yellow arrow, which is a Rubik. And Rubik's going to get away. Cool.
Radiant's bottom shrine.
So Empire now looking for the other shrine as well. I think it was Gambit were all set up here looking to defend this shrine, but in the end it really didn't make a difference.
Radiant's bottom
Yeah, I
shrine
believe
has fallen.
it was just a failed smoke attempt. They just went into the jungle to see if the anti-mage was farming there. They just took the wrong 50-50. They went right, not left. Yeah.
Something like that. Something like that. Immersion coming bottom to try and help out with this push a little bit. Linking up, TPing out, but there's no one on him, to be honest. Well, the hack very deep right now, actually, in the Dire jungle, looking to get this bottom lane pushed in even further. Actually, no creeps on the bottom lane at all from either team as it stands.
Radiant's middle tower.
And yeah, nice again from the hack to put the illusions to each side, but Empire knocking on the front door right now, and this tier 3 is not surviving a second. Stomp in, but man to dodge from Kuman. Now stunned up, Velo jumping in with the Avatos onto Immersion. He's completely destroyed. Coconut doing a ton of work in the background there. Song being used, but the Magnus still in the backlines here, ready with that RP, meaning that it's very difficult for them to actually initiate onto this. And yeah, they just decided to not go in with the Centaur stun. Now Snowball comes forward, but there's the RP. It's onto 3. That's pretty nice. Can they actually follow up with the damage, though? Does look like Gambit are going to be able to get a couple of heroes out of this. Immersion is dead. Apo as well on the front lines, just fighting up right now. He's a goner. Down goes FNG as well inside the base. Kuman hunts them down. GG is called, and Gambit will be losing this game in this best-of-1 series.
Yeah,
Ooh, that RP.
Good showing from Empire.
What a way to end the game from Madden there. Just didn't have a blink for most of the game, but then in the end, all dub time, was able to pull it out when it really mattered inside the base, catching 4. But man, the tempo from Empire.
Oh yeah, it's my part. Yeah, Empire just a really good team.
You're so
they just
fucking bad at this.
it's because I just like part of me just wants to like start trying to put on accents. I can't do accents, right?
Well,
and
you could do accents if you want to do accents,
but I don't want. But like I want to, but then I don't want to. So like the issue here now is I'm just gonna stop talking and just go back to talking about how Empire had a really solid draft. They played it really well. They knew what Gambit wanted to do. Gambit, I think they just lacked a lot of the burst damage. They had a lot of stuns, a lot of like setup. But it's like, once you Centaur stomp, what are you doing? Your Naga needs to have like 3, 4, 5 big items to actually have that big impact, right? And the way that Empire drafted, it's like, we're just going to be running at you from minute 10 to whenever we properly die without buybacks or whatever, we lose. So, yeah, I think Empire just had the better draft, and Gambit, I think they got a bit lost when they were drafting.
Yeah, got a bit lost. I felt like they had a plan coming into it though. They definitely,
Yeah.
they didn't feel. Oops. Nobody saw anything there. Back to definitely wasn't messing with the stream or anything. Anyway, yeah, they had a plan coming into it. I mean, the idea to get the Naga farm to kind of go pretty hard on the lanes with the strong lane dominating heroes they picked. It's definitely I could see it working. But Kuman's anti-mage and, having that Magnus as well just to expedite his farm, really, really threatening as well. Like, using that Tiny as well just to be on the front lines, and then you've got a lone Druid in the mix as well just to push the towers down and really kind of help them take advantage of any lead they get. Really, it just felt well more put together than the...
yeah, for sure. It's
the
just the
opponent
last
got
pick
off.
with the Mirana. The Mirana just didn't feel like it done a lot, right? When you're trying to like last pick your hero, it's like you want that hero to be quite a game changer, and Mirana can be that early tempo where they did take tier 1, tier 2 top with the Mirana plus the Centaur, but it's like, what are you doing further than that? Like, you're not really setting up any kills. You're not like, your Mirana's not pumping out a lot of damage, and then your Naga needs to farm a lot more. It's like that hero there, it could have been replaced with potentially, again, might not be so good. Like, for example, like an OD or something that the enemy team will just be scared of. Anti-mage obviously won't be scared of that, but then your Naga will eventually be able to counter it. And yeah, I just think they need to just draft a little bit more of a, like, again, it was like yesterday. You had the Dusa +4. This game you've got lone Druid and then the free farming anti-mage. These games are so easy for them to just run down lanes and get their objectives. The teams that are losing are the ones that are trying to go for these slightly more team fight based creative drafts where, yeah, they need to go back to the
Creativity is dead. Be boring.
Yeah,
pick
exactly.
the meta heroes and
Drawing board. That's the word I was looking for. Go back to the drawing board.
Okay. I
The
mean,
theory crafting was not that good at the moment for the anti-mage.
Or the anti-mage. I mean, I feel like when you let Magnus through the draft with any of these big cores right now, it's always going to be a threat. But the Magnus wasn't really around the anti-mage that. I mean, I guess he probably pretty much permanently had the Empower on him. We see a couple of these highlights here. The Kodo's trying to fight it off, but this was a good fight for Gambit, and this was probably the last good fight where they had. You see, Mirana basically just leaps around the fight, killing cores, and then Motion does die, and I believe, yeah, that's everybody. And then Dahak does have to throw the song to get out of this one.
Yeah,
though.
this was just a demonstration of how Gambit to take a fight, they have to use all their spells.
And this happens
like,
immediately afterwards because all the disengage is gone.
Yeah, and then Empire just comes back and does it, and this is just rinse and repeat. And the fact that Kuman, he went for the Manta first, it's like he wanted to be part of the fights and be with the team. And it's like, if he goes to the Battle Fury, then the game would have lasted an extra 5-10 minutes because obviously he's going to be in the jungle and you can't apply this pressure, this safe amount of pressure. But the fact that you got all 5 heroes in these situations, it means like you can just do this. And it was.
And the song is
really
so
key.
sad as well. Like,
yeah,
they're like, oh yeah, we set up perfectly for the 3-man stomp, and we can't even do it because the bear's got fear and there's no Magnus. And then he comes in, hello, gets 3 just on the edge, every single one. Get in here, kids. We're going for a ride, and this game is pretty much over at this point because none of the Team Empire are getting low. They've used all their disengage. The Centaur actually doesn't have mana for the Stampede. Not that it made a huge amount of difference anyway. I don't think it would have helped. I don't know.
Not
maybe would have done something. No.
Nothing. Literally nothing.
Literally a nothing.
The game was over, mate. Yep. Sorry to burst your bubble.
Well, that will be Team Empire. That was Team Empire Faith, wasn't it? No. That was Team Empire Hope.
That was Hope. Hope are the ones that are winning stuff. Faith are the ones that are kind of not-ish. Faith are currently 0 for 2, and Hope are currently 3 for 0.
Okay, so yeah, that's a fair assumption. Hope are the team that are winning stuff. Faith are not. But Team Empire Faith are coming up next to play off versus Hippomaniacs. So Team Empire Hope, unfortunately, finding the victory there versus Gambit Esports. Can their sister team pull it off as well? Team Empire Faith versus Hippomaniacs coming up shortly. But first, let's talk about some sweaters. I mean, obviously they've got the same sweaters on as yesterday, but this time I think Mags had an electrician in to look at his because his baubles are lighting up. Can you...
Wait, there more than one? I can't see from here. This angle.
Yeah.
I don't want to see your dog
it's
one.
Very crude. Very crude sweater here.
I like how he's put the cheeky little penguin on it though, just to try and distract you from the dog just turning that snow yellow.
He doesn't care. This guy's Pure alpha, just flexing on everybody with his grotesque jumper. Meanwhile, yeah, the poor old DK Phobos, he's just keeping it real, Christmas tree coming home. That's the kind of man he is. He's a family guy, he's the kind of dude who comes out, gets a Christmas tree for his family, brings it home on the top of his SUV or whatever car that is, and celebrates Christmas.
Do you think they're changing it for like groups? So obviously today and yesterday was Group A, and then obviously tomorrow and the day after is Group B. Do you think they're going to have different sweaters for like the stages? So you got Group A, Group B, knockouts, semi-final, final.
Well, if they wear the sweaters throughout the entire tournament, the same ones, then I'm definitely gonna raise an eyebrow or two. I don't know how many days can you wear a sweater straight for?
One day.
One.
Well, like these sweaters aren't like a sweater like this. You wear it, right, and it's about like public appeal. It's like, wow, nice sweater, man. And then like the next day, if you come to them again with the same sweater, spooky eyes, it's like, oh, nice sweater, man. It's like you need to every day have the new punch of a sweater. Like you don't wear sweaters for fun. They're fashion statements.
Okay. But I kind of meant from a hygiene point of view. If you've only got one sweater, how many days can you put it off for in a row before that's?
Am I wearing a t-shirt underneath it?
Yeah, you're wearing a t-shirt underneath it.
I'd still say like at best like 2 or 3, if that. I'm not. Yeah, wow. I don't know. Like it's a different. The sweater's different from a jacket. That's the issue.
I mean, yeah, a sweater is definitely different. I think you can wear jackets for like 2 weeks or so without.
Yeah. Well, I'll say yeah loosely, just in case someone calls us out for wearing jackets. But yeah, jackets are a lifetime thing. Never wash it, mate. Just let it become you. Your jacket is you. Your sweater shouldn't be.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, I think I put 5 days on a sweater. Maybe is that a bit grotesque? Like
a little bit. Yeah.
With a t-shirt underneath, I think it's okay. I mean, obviously Christmas Day, you're sweating, you're eating Christmas dinner, you're spilling gravy over yourself, you're dribbling and spilling alcohol, the eggnog's all over the place. I think that's definitely a one-off. So I'm hoping.
Yeah, it's a one-off.
Yeah. My Christmas is very messy, by the way. How would you rate them? We rated them yesterday. Has your opinions changed on the sweaters at all? Because I think I've got a newfound respect for DK Phobos here. It's classy, it's classic. Nice kind of herringbone stitch coming through the midriff there of that sweater, and
it's like the one you'd want to wear like to meeting your girlfriend's parents for the first time. It's like I'm a real mature man. Like.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I know how to have fun. I know how to have fun, but I can wear the silly sweater. But at the same time, it's going to have an element of class to it, right?
Of course, but yeah, I guess, but it's still the worst one there. Like,
I'd agree.
I think I appreciate the reindeer. It's nice. It's just simple. I like the fact that there's only one light on it. You lose marks for it. It's like you could have had all of them lit up, but. Oh well, you can't. Oh, there we go. Snowman, Father Christmas.
Father Christmas, yeah. Yeah. Meanwhile, over here with the dog peeing on the time, and we said yesterday this was the best one. He's also got some spray cans they've got. I don't know maybe the Nomad have bear spray. I don't really know what's going on patch there. Alrighty then, we are going to take a short break, a message from the sponsors, then some adverts, and then we'll be back with Hippomaniacs versus Team Empire Faith coming up shortly.